What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel online, www.what'supinthesky.com. Our boy Chell sent me this over today, fresh off the rover from Sol 1506. That means that the rover's been there 1,506 days. We call that a Sol, is a Martian day, which is just about 24 hours, just like our day. Mars was very similar to our planet. But check this piece out. Let me back up a little bit, show you, give you a little context in the rubble. I call it rubble, where I think we're above the water line now, where stuff has slowly come down. They call these things, a lot of these things, buttes. They're beautiful. A lot of great gigapans out there from Neville Thompson. Keith Laney's been putting them out. They're you can go get into the database for the planetary database system and check out mosaics that NASA's actually made. There's so much, but I like taking the one picture and breaking it down. You guys know I do it here. And if you're new to my channel, check it out. The ones in the past, like I said, there is a there is a method to my madness. There is stuff behind it. Why I think these, I've absolutely been studying this stuff, obsessed with it for 13, 14 years. It's been a hobby of mine. So for the last 4 years, I have been putting out videos because I was sick and tired of people not, showing me something so cool and not giving me a link to the official source. So I had no, I got no. When that happens, you don't know if it's true or not. So let's check out what else might be around here. It's just an interesting little spot anyway. It's a little fishy guy here. And here you want to look, here's what it looks like from NASA, okay? And it looks like a little fish guy, it's funny. And then here's the actual website. I'll have this link below, don't worry. But even in just the natural colors, without, me changing, basically hitting auto color, it's still pretty interesting. So let's check out this little piece. This grabbed me right away. It's like a sphere that's sitting right on top of it's right in the middle too of a little piece. It just looks like a little decoration you'd find somewhere. And you notice either like a piece of machinery that's just been Mars destroyed. We're not sure how long this stuff was on the actual sitting here. It could be from hundreds of miles away. It came here by water, buried itself in the sand here. I think we're above the water lines. That's why I think we're starting to see a little bit more intense. Some of these buttes and some of these things that we've seen in the last like 4 or 5 videos are pretty intense. And I tell you what, I've got a whole bunch more coming up. Once I get the time, where you can see stuff where we've got all sorts of different types of rocks and what look like rock walls. Here's one that looks kind of like a wall. It was cut down off. Very well could just be natural. Like I said, I see what I see, you see what you see. Interesting with Mount Sharp, that this stuff could be from miles, like I said, it could be miles away. I mean, the crater's huge. Look at that, kind of interesting. I could see someone seeing a bust in that, but just interesting shots. Check this out. Looks like it's got something coming through it here. I mean, you've got some interesting pieces. I mean, look at that. Over here looks like you got a mushroom. Check that out. It's actually got a shadow under it, so it's sitting a little. That does look like a mushroom. It's the first time I noticed that. And what's this up here? Check this out. With this thing, it looks like a box, and it's got something coming out of it. Almost looks like you're rolling paper out of it. Well, we find a TP stashed. We found the Martian's TP. That's about probably the size. We have to estimate how big they are now. Interesting piece up here. This looks like it was probably part of something at one time. Look at that. It's got decoration on it still, and it's got what looks to be, and I can't confirm it, behind it maybe another level, or that's just the bevel part of it, but very interesting. Back down here, some S right here carving into that. We got the box effect over here. But man, that's crazy. So let me see that one thing again. This thing to me, this is definitely cool. And to me, it's either, like I said, Chell might have it right, it's a fossil, but even if it's not, it looks like the old relic of some sort. Look at that perfect circle look right there. It comes around to another piece. It just looks like a rigged up chair or something here on Earth if I wanted to put it in earthly terms. Look at the jagged things there. It's amazing how fast that stuff rusts. So whatever happened to Mars, and when it lost its atmosphere, not all of it, of course. There's still clouds on Mars. There's still frost. We found when Viking there, we found they had snow. So interesting stuff. Look at that coming up and out of there. It's got a piece on the back that rises up. More triangle parts. This block down here, check that out. It's just stuff strewn about. And that's to say, I could do these videos for hours and hours and hours. So I try and pick out the cool ones now. I got some neat videos coming up with the moon. I'm going to show you some interesting pieces. The website's been giving me a lot of inspiration lately. There's a lot of good people joining up to the website, talking in the forums, um, and really giving inspiration. Because like I said, sometimes, like I said, these are just rocks, that's what a lot of people say, and it's so frustrating sometimes. But I've got my people come back and have seen the 600, and they might be on the fence. They might not be all there yet, but that's why I say I see what I see, you see what you see. I mean, look at these pieces right here. Tell me this stuff couldn't just fall off a mountain. That looks like it's vitrified. Let's see what it looks like under it. Oh, yeah, it does. That's interesting. Cut straight out. And what, of course, some NASA obfuscation. You can't get past this. Look at that. Right in it as well. Awesome looking turn. Comes up, comes around. There's all sorts of, what you just call them lines, shapes. Line, shape. Blur. Right here in block. Blur, 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 blur. I swear this most likely gets done on the rover before it even comes down. Another piece right here. I mean, these look like these could be ornate statues at one point. Here, look at that. There's the square end to that. Let's see how that pops up when I go over. I've moved the picture now. Oops. Check that. Almost looks like a bone in there, and some just straight lines. Well, this stuff could be petrified wood. I mean, sky's the limit here. Once again, look, more of these, more of that, the blur. And it's not just where it gets dark. So I mean, it's not shadow that causes that. I mean, these cameras have put us back some amazing pictures over the years, and they're still in good shape. So there's no reason that they shouldn't be showing the up close, especially this up close, interesting pieces. So, all right, guys, let me show you the main one, our TP roll that we figured out how the Martians, with what they used, or still do. Maybe they're underground. You never know. Look at that green looking piece that comes up. It's a wheel that comes. Wow. We were really into the spots that are interesting, and I definitely recommend uh, Neville Thompson's Gigapans, Keith Laney's Gigapans, if you really want to see the whole picture. And I even made a couple of my own over the last, what, 4 years. On the analytic database, you can go ahead and get mosaics from there directly from NASA. You don't even have to chop them together yourself, and they come out so much better because it's so much more raw data. I mean, when you go to it's 6 months behind, of course, because NASA gets the first crack at it because they want to get all their scientists, and whoever worked on the mission gets the 6 months head start with the official science data, and we get pictures like this that are 75% JPEGs, that have JPEG stuff all over them, but they still give us a little bit of goods like that. So what do you think that is? You guys see anything like that out in public? Junkyards. And I got a whole bunch of different people that sign up to the channel. What do you guys think? Comment below. Much love to you, and I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of my next video we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be hitting Ina, beautiful on the moon. All right, guys. Much love. Peace.